Oops. Wrong screen. I forgot to organize my screens beforehand. Oops. Also, my stinker keeps lagging. Weird. Hang on, let me turn on some music. It's gonna be loud. Yep, there we go. There we go. That's better. Hello, everybody. Can't have an S&T live without a little bit of scuff, huh? First comic stream on the new channel. Yeah, exactly. It's a new start. That's why I changed the thumbnail style. One of the reasons I changed the thumbnail style. The other reason being, I wanted it to look more universal, I guess. More universally appealing. I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah. Sup, girly? Sup, my friend. The new thumbnail looks great. Thank you. Thank you. I'm trying something new. Seeing if it works. Seeing if we bring in more viewers. Stuff like that. With Ixis gone, what on earth is Sonic supposed to do? I don't think Ixis is actually gone. I think... He might come back. He's a powerful wizard. He can escape the zone of silence. I'm sure he'll be back. Anyway, why don't we get into reading the comics? So this is Archie number 67. Apparently this is the first comic that says the world's most way past cool comic. And that's apparently a staple for the rest of the series. Is this tagline here. The world's most way past cool comic. That's almost hard to say. The world's most way past cool comic. There we go. Knowing Archie, he'll be back. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Indiana Sonic. Yeah, he does kind of look like Indiana Jones. That's why I put it in the title. He's got like the hat. He's got like a backpack and stuff. And then there's Tails, who's looking extra fluffy today. Yeah. This looks like it's gonna be a grand adventure. The Archie Sonic playlist is missing the other half of part 9. Oh. I'll fix that later, I think. If I remember. That must have been... I was organizing the playlist and I might have missed one because I thought there was like a duplicate of the same thing going on, and I might have accidentally deleted it. Are we still in the pre-adventure era? We are! We have not gotten to the adventure series yet. Alright, let's get into the comic. Twizzlers! Anybody want some Twizzlers? Twizzlers puts you in the major leagues. So it's some kind of tie-in with baseball. Okay, alright, here we go. Dual Tomb Raider. I was close. I mean, Indiana Jones is kind of like a Tomb Raider, almost. Yeah. Sorry, I keep clicking the wrong thing. Here we go. We are getting very close to the adventure era. Yeah, that's what I assumed, because we're in the late 90s right now. We already read that. I guess we could read it again. We've read it so many times. The planet Mobius was once a virtual paradise Until it was conquered by the evil Dr. Robotnik, his technological tyranny would have continued, if not for a heroic group of freedom fighters who banded together and restored order to the Kingdom of Acorn. The bravest among them is a blue streak filled with the most attitude going around, and without a doubt, he's the fastest thing alive. Archie Comics and Sega present Sonic the Hedgehog. Adventure means more, Amy. Yeah, for sure. After weeks of scouring Planet Mobius for the villainous Ixis Naugus, Sonic the Hedgehog and his best buddy Tails had at long last tracked down the wizard with help from their new friend Nate Morgan. They defeated their arch nemesis once and for all. Or so we might think. I'm sure Ixis will be back. Now our intrepid heroes make their trek homewards to Mobotropolis, but before they do, there is one final task that remains to be fulfilled. A task Sonic alone can accomplish. With the guest appearances by Tails, Nate Morgan. Like, whoa, I see it, but I can hardly believe it. I'm looking for his name, you guys. I'm looking for his name. I don't see it. Don't see his name. Don't see his name at all, so I think we're safe. After weeks of never-ending lore. Yeah, Sonic is drawn pretty well here. Sonic, this is a good Sonic. This is a pretty good Sonic right here. He actually looks kind of cute with his hat and his jacket. All right, next page. Whoa, there's Sonic, looking at the horizon with binoculars. But what is he looking at? A temple? It's there. It's there, just like Nate Morgan told me. The lost temple of Shazamazon. Tucked away in the middle of the Great Rainforest. Who would have ever thought a place like this could have gotten by without old Robotnik ever mucking it up with his foul fossil-fueled factories? Guess I got so used to his polluted port city, Robotropolis, I forgot that a paradise as clean as this could even exist. Wowee. I already see a Last Crusade reference. Yeah. There's definitely Indiana Jones-esque adventure going on. Where did he get those clothes? You know, that's a good question. Maybe Nate Morgan gave him the clothes. He's about the same size as Sonic. Alright, next page. The scenery's happening in a way past cool way. But for now, I'd better juice on over to the temple and sightsee later. Triple S spin! Tails and I never expected to see this part of the planet when we left Mobotropolis to find Ixis Naugus. There was no way on Mobius we could have predicted half of what's gone down since. I had to hand it to Ixis. For an evil wizard bent on taking over everything, he sure knew how to keep a low profile. Oh, there's so many words. There's so many words. We hadn't seen hide nor hair of him until we got to the southern tundra, the bottom of the world. Matter of fact, we hadn't seen any overlanders since Robotnik bit the big one and we sent his assistant Snively off to the Devil's Island Gulag. But Nate Morgan wasn't like any overlander I ever met. He was the creator of all the power rings on the globe. Oh, he sure talked a good talk when he said he only cared about himself and his own being his best friend Eddie the Abominable Snowbot. And yet he still threw in with me and Tails when it came to fighting the Ixis, who planned on using the energy from Nate's power ring vault to open the Zone of Silence. An alternate reality in which he had unlimited power. Yeah, we read all that already. Did we really need a flashback to the last issue? The last couple of issues? I'm going to the next page. Ah, there's so many more words! Why? As it so happens, me, Ixis, and Tails wound up absorbing the power of Nate's rings, and though we don't remember any of it, we were miraculously transformed into souped-up versions of ourselves. What's strange is I remember being supersonic, but not this time. According to Nate, I became ultrasonic, and Tails was now Hyper Tails. Ixis, well, he just became a bigger, badder jerk. It took our combined talents to seal the zone and Ixis within it. We had won. So why did what happened next have to happen at all? The force of the rift closing up caused a titanic avalanche. The roof of Nate's castle caved in above us. We would have been goners if it not for Eddie. He bought us enough time to get out, but he didn't make it. We lost a friend and gained one at the same time. After that, Nate decided to come home with us to modify Mobotropolis' power sources to ring technology. Hyper Tails, what? Yeah, this happened last time, so there was a ton of rings, and apparently if Sonic and Tails absorb a ton of rings, like a lot, like so many, they turn into Ultrasonic and Hyper Tails. Because, you know, Tails has to have something else other than Super and Ultra to be different from Sonic. Because you remember when Tails went Super, he became Turbo Tails. Alright, next page. Ah, finally some adventure. Problem is, the temporary ring that's been flying on my biplane is so low on energy, we'll never make it back unless I go inside. I don't know what Nate was warning me about, and I can't figure for the life of me why Tails was telling me to be careful. I kept telling him it'd be a cakewalk. This temple ain't so... Rat-ta-ta-ta-ta, rat-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Oh, guns! Guns in my Sonic comic? I guess they didn't want to do... I guess they didn't want to do arrows, because that's so cliche at this point. Adventure in my Sonic comic? Also, I can't see Sonic's arms, because he's wearing a jacket, so it's hard to tell whether they're blue or not. Insert Sonic says gun segment here. Never play with a real gun, even if it's not loaded. Sonic wanted to match Knack and Knuckles with cool hats. Arrows are so medieval times. Alright, next page. Oh, we have a checklist. We have to make sure we have everything. I do have everything. Just about everything. At least up to this point, I guess. Okay, here we go. Crawling around in my belly isn't exactly my style. But this time, I guess I'll have to make an exception. Whew, that was close. Now I'm ready to move. On. Yikes! Gotta make like lightning! Woohoo! Oh, he's got a whip, just like Indiana Jones. Look at him go. Look at him go. Crawling around at the speed of ground. Not the flesh pool. Yeah, what is that? It looks like... is it supposed to be lava? Or is it, like, mud? It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell what that's supposed to be. Looks like Frank Gilardo. It's hard to say his last name. Got sick of S&T's blue arm detector. Yeah, they gave him a jacket, so I didn't detect his blue arms. All right, next page. Whoa, we're in space now. Space. It's where you'll find planet Mobius spinning endlessly in its complex orbit. On the surface, Sonic's sneakers have just caught fire. His dilemma, however, cannot be seen from this far point. Don't worry though, this is space, and though unseen from below, things are happening up here too. Ooh!
ZAT unit back online. And commencing system location of target. Target acquired, system locked, and beginning actuation or activation.
It looked like a V. The V looked like a U. The V looked like a U. Oh no, lore. No, it's not lore if it's happening right now. Yay, the voice works again. Yeah, I had to restart my computer to make it work. Love the robo voice. Thank you! I like my Stream Deck. It's very fun to play with. Alright, next page. Back to Sonic. Gotta remember what Nate said, and then do it. Exactly. Got it. Game at last over. Uh-oh, the walls are closing in. Taking the ring must have activated some kind of hidden booby trap in this round room. Looks like the only way out is up. I like when the comic has actual adventure in it. It's a lot of fun. So it's just is Indiana Jones. Yeah, it's just an Indiana Jones inspired adventure with Sonic. He did it for a ring, something he finds all the time. So they retcon that. They kind of retcon that, and rings are now a little more rare. And they were invented by an overlander named Nate Morgan. They're considered an element of life. Like fire, water, earth, wind, and rings are the fifth element. A little rarer. Yeah, it's rings are a little bit more rare. All right, next page. Ooh, what is this? Meanwhile, at the lost temple of Shazamazon, beneath the leafy rainforest ceiling, the shadows move across the statues of the ancient old edifice and vice versa. Sheesh, talk about burning rubber! Huh? Could that be it? Could that be the Ring of Acorn? Wait a second. Are these pages out of order? Are these pages out of order? Give me a second. Give me a second. Did these pages upload out of order? Uh-oh. I was wondering, what was going on, why we were already at the ring. Let me check my files. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah! These pages are out of order! This page was supposed to come before the last page. So this page and then this page. Huh. That's weird. See, because it's labeled page number 9 and page number 10. Interesting. It's not I didn't make a mistake. This is the mistake of the people that uploaded this comic to archive.org. I didn't make this mistake. This was not me. This was not my mistake. This was the mistake of the person that uploaded this comic to archive.org. Anyway, let's see. So only way out is up. Okay, I see the chain of events here. All right, and now he's up. So this is the correct page we're supposed to be on. This major MacGuffin will be important later. Get ready to be angry when you find out why. It's a MacGuffin? This is why you scan your own comic. Well, I don't have this comic. I don't have the Archie comics. Because they are very hard to find right now. And very expensive to collect. Was there any blue arms? I can't see his arms because he's wearing a jacket. I can see a piece of his arm in this one, but it's not blue. Okay, continuing on. That was no circular chamber. It was a sleeping mutate. Definitely one of the monsters Nate spoke of, created out of the forgotten wars of Mobius past. No time to worry about where it came from, Hog. Only what it's about to do this very second. Yarhar. Fiddle-dee-dee. Yep, Yarhar fiddle-dee-dee. That's the way of That's the way of this series, of these series of streams. Yarhar fiddle-dee-dee. Is that lyric? Alright, next page. There's the snake. It's a big old snake with teeth on its frills? I guess it is a mutant. I guess it mutated, so I guess it would have teeth on its thing. Which is eat me! Not! what's going on. I see what's going on. It's a 2-page spread. It's a 2-page spread, but good thing I read that in order. Is it a teenage mutant? I don't know how old this snake is. Alright, next page. That one wasn't important. Huh? So Sonic is out of the snake now, which I... Oh, well, this is page number 13, so that makes sense. That makes sense. Oops. Oh no! Don't look. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we are back in order. It just cut to Sonic being okay. Well, I guess that about wraps it up. I better get to stepping. Nothing I hate worse than bowling, except maybe needlepoint. Ah, he wrapped it into a ball. Oh no, those weren't statues outside the temple. They're mindless Romians, like the ones we tackled in Sandblast City. In other words, hostiles. I sure could use a vacation. Got a juice like there's no tomorrow. The mutated snake's about to... strike! This archive is more lost than the Knuckles comics. His arms are exposed, but not blue. Yeah. We're doing pretty good on the whole blue arm thing, but that's mostly because Sonic's arms are covered by a jacket 90% of this comic, so... Okay, this comic about Sonic hating bowling and needlepoint seems so out of nowhere, but apparently it could be a reference to the early pitch Bible. Bowling and needlepoint were Sonic's favorite activities. Wow! Wow! Alright, next page. That's not important. Know your heroes. Is this important to read? I don't think so. I don't think this is important. I'm gonna skip. I'm gonna skip this part. Here we go. And outside trouble awaits. Oh no. Are we... I'm so confused! This comic! I'm so confused. This comic is so out of order. And it's not my fault this time. So this one doesn't have a number. Let's see. This is 13. And that's 14. So that should be the next page. Is this comic having a stroke? Pitch ad for other superhero comics. Okay, so it's not important to read. Okay, so we are on the correct page. It's just confusing. And outside trouble awaits. Okay, guys, here's the drill. I've got through the sunfire, licked the lava pit, retrieved the ring, and survived the slumbering super serpent. You wanna cut me some slack? Flash. Okay, so we are on the right page. That makes sense. It makes sense now. It was just a bit... The chain of events are a bit confusing. Those 2 pages have got me all frazzled. Those 2 pages have got me all frazzled. Alright, I'm continuing on. So this is page number 15. So we are on the right page. So, Mr. Morgan? Call me Nate, Tails. Okay, Nate, if you're the one who made and put the Ring of Acorns in the Temple of Shazamazan years ago, then what was originally there? What did the ring replace? Oh, that? It was one of the legendary Super Emeralds of Mobius. A Super Emerald? What do you do with it? Why? What'd you do with it? Why, I used it to create those rings Naugus wanted, since I was without a Chaos Emerald. Tails, not Nate, like, start the engines! With this! I don't get it. Why the huge rush? Oh, okay. Sonic, I've got it in place. Style it. Now hang on, cause it's gonna take a wing and a prayer for us to... What the? You've gotta be kidding! Hang on, I gotta look at his arms. Nope, they're still covered. They're still covered by the jacket. How do the emeralds work here? I'm confused. So the emeralds, there are more than 7. And, yeah. There are more than 7 Chaos Emeralds. And they appear through magic. and they can be broken into pieces. And, yeah. Snakes. Why'd it have to be snakes? Okay, next page. What's with this Ring of Acorns anyway? Why aren't we halfway to Metropolis by now? Just make a wish. I wish... a wish? Well, I've had enough with this jungle adventure. Now I wish it were... the end. And over with. Next issue, Homecoming. What a way to end a comic, I guess. What a way to end the comic. Ew, teeth. Yeah, his teeth... Well, I mean, his teeth could be more detailed, but, you know, they're still pretty detailed. And he's got, like, saliva coming off of his tongue. That's a little confused. No, not confusing. It's a little gross. Mouth jump scare, yeah. After 10 issues, Sonic and Tails are finally heading home. Man, it felt like they were never gonna be back with their proper supporting cast. Yeah, I know. It feels like it's been forever since they've actually been with like Sally and all of that. I totally forgot. This is how they got the wish granting MacGuffin. Oh, so this comes back. So the Ring of Acorns and its wishing abilities do come back, huh? Very interesting. Alright, next page. Sonic fan art! Look at the fan art! We've got a Sonic... A very dramatic Sonic. Sonic getting sick on a Ferris wheel? It looks like a Ferris wheel. We've got a whole bunch of characters. And Sonic and Knuckles with some Chaos Emeralds and rings. Very nice. Very nice. speaking of, where is Sally? She's home. She's at home trying to figure out what kind of power she has as princess of Mobotropolis. Because right now, she's a bit angry. You see Jeffrey? Uh-oh. Do you see Jeffrey in that bunch of characters? Oh no! Oh! Yeah, there he is. Alright, next page. Terrific t-shirt offer. Do you want an Archie t-shirt? Just tell me what... Oh, you can get a fanny pack too! A fanny pack. Let's get a fanny pack. Ooh, Lupe. Lupe's back. Tales of the Freedom Fighters presents Lupe and the Wolf Pack, Part 1. Oh, it's written... Oh no, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I was excited at first, but now I'm not. Okay. Guess you've heard, huh, Princess? It doesn't take long for bad news to travel around here, Lupe. Sure, I can't talk to you out of leaving. Shadows in the dark. I'm afraid not, Princess. Plain and simple, Mobotropolis was never home to our kind. It could be, Lupe. If you want it so, you and the pack are more than welcome. Perhaps. A Pender story outside the Knuckles comics? What is this madness? I'm gonna go to the next page now. I'm just gonna go to the next page. But it has been long, so very long, since we last saw our loved ones. If Lita and Lyko found us here, then there must be other wolves out there too. I'm sorry, I was thoughtless. There's Lupe, at last! My people are not known for being open with outsiders, Princess. With a common enemy threatening everyone's interests, we simply felt it would be best to align ourselves with your cause. She means Robotnik, of course. Yeah. It's getting a bit brisk, Lupe. We better move fast if we hope to get far. Point taken, Renard. Alright, everyone, get ready to move out at double quick time. Farewell, Lupe. I wish you and the pack a safe journey. Your comrade Antoine has a saying. That's a cutoff sentence! I can finally use that one! Of course Ken Penders has cut-off sentences in the Lupe comic. New stinger. Yeah, new stinger. Scissors jump scare. Yeah. Creepy scissors jump scare. Did you just create that stinger? I created that stinger a couple weeks ago. Well, maybe not a couple weeks, like a week ago. I just didn't get to use it last time. Okay, next page. Next page! I think it goes like this. Au revoir, my dear princess. Until next time, Lupe. Provided there is a next time. Princess! You sure you still want to take some time off at Naho Village? I mean, with Lupe leaving and all? It'll be okay. In fact, let's leave now so we can plan a nice surprise for Sonic. I'm sure he'll be back in time for his birthday at the end of the week. How can you be so sure he'll be back for it at all, Sugar Sal? Just a feeling, I guess. What a relief to leave that sewer. Of all the places available, why on Mobius would they want to live there for? Rude! First of all, rude. That's a saying. I mean, and it's Antoine's saying. I see you're not in your magical girl outfit. Yeah, I just felt like being in this outfit today. And it was appropriate with Sonic being in his whole Indiana Jones outfit kind of thing. Alright, next page. To them, it's home, Diablo. It's where they enjoyed their happiest moments, as I enjoyed life with my beloved Lobo and our cubs in the Great Canyon until the Great War is almost upon us, Lupe. You must take care of the children. You must take the children to safety, Lobo. We drew lots over to who would fight and who would protect the pack's cubs from harm. Though, the luck of the draw, I led some of the pack into battle while Lobo and the remaining pack sought shelter for the cubs. We thought we were alone facing a great adversary, until one day we discovered strangers entering our hallowed grounds. Hey, why are you following us, pal? You trespass on our land! Upon Reynard bringing them to me, I soon learned Princess Sally was every bit as tough and every bit as tough, as vulnerable as she looked. Are those real photos? What do you mean? You mean the... Oh, yeah. The backgrounds on here do look like real photos. Interesting. Very strange. That's very strange. It is very strange to look at. Very, very odd. Very odd and out of place. Alright, next page. An alliance was forged and has remained steadfast ever since. With the war over, I now long for home and family. As do we all, Lupe. Take heart, Canis. It's only a matter of days before we rejoin the pack. Hold! I don't remember a river of such magnitude cutting across our path from the Great Canyon. Nor do I. But it's there now. Fortunately for us, I still have my raft. This should see us across before it becomes impossible to navigate the waters. Everyone in! Let's hope the river flow doesn't get any stronger while we sail. Too lazy to make a background. Is this the precursor to Sonic Live? Actually, we already read Sonic Live. Sonic Live happened a while ago. And that was horrible. That was terrible. Lupe was introduced in an episode of Sad AM, but was never properly introduced in the comics, so they're doing the intro now as a flashback. Oh, wasn't she in a previous comic though? She was part of the Freedom Fighters in a previous comic, so maybe they're just doing the flashback like exposition type thing now, just to let people know who Lupe is, I guess. Alright, next page. We must be further north from where we should be. None of this looks familiar. Not necessarily, though we have traveled far from breadth of Mobius is greater beyond our experience. Lannis is right. Nature has been acting quite unpredictable of late with all the recent storms. Who knows what has resulted from nature's fury? We may find out soon enough. The rains are beginning to fall. Lupe, the currents are getting harder for us to row. Keep going, Diablo. We can't stop now. Hold tight, everyone. We're almost there to the other side. To be continued! Ah! Why can't we just continue it? This is actually more interesting than anything else in this comic. Lupe was introduced during the campfire scene right before Endgame. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Alright, next page. Oh, that's the end! Oh, here's a coloring page? Archie Adventure Series. It's a keeper! I'm going to put your lights out, Hedgehog. Robotnik's coming. Watch how fast I vacate this lighthouse. Whoa, I forgot about the spiral stairs. Pro art bonus, an unused cover from Sonic 14 by Dave Manak and John D'Agostino. Cover and enjoy. Ah, I see. This is a long time ago. This is a long time ago. Very interesting. Sabrina the Teenage Witch! Y'all wanna watch Sabrina the Teenage Witch? Sabrina the Teenage Witch books will cast a spell on you. Woo! I wanna see Puppet Salem. That's my favorite part. It's the Bedrock Blizzard. This year's mammoth event. Oh. What's happening here? Everything's covered with snow. Even my Pebble cereal got frosted. Wooly, my foot, I'm freezing. Ah. Don't miss Fruity Pebbles with new frosted red and green pieces. Make your own snowstorm with yummy snow sprinkles. 1 free pack in each specially marked box of Cocoa Pebbles cereal for a limited time only. Wow, very interesting. Flintstones, yes, Flintstones. What happened to the Dono app? Link in the description. There's a link in the description to it. So that's why there's less pages. It was used for ads. Alright, let me check and see what's next. So that was Sonic number 67. So next is Knuckles number 19. Knuckles number 19. Let me grab that real quick. Let me grab a Knuckles number 19. Knuckles 19. Here we go. Oh. Knuckles in the snow. Oh no, is that Jeffrey? Is that Jeffrey? I forgot the Jeffrey's special special team is now in the Knuckles comics. I forgot about that. I forgot that whole entire time. I forgot that Jeffrey's team was gonna be in the Knuckles comics, but yeah, no. Oh, great. Oh, great. Oh, great. Okay, here we go. Yep, there he is. The Forbidden Zone. The Forbidden Zone written by... Mr. Jeffrey St. John himself. At least it's a different brand of Pender's nonsense that we've been getting from the Knuckles series. Okay. Wait, there's some, like, words. The blurb. The Knuckles the Echidna blurb is now on this page. Instead of it being on its own page. Many years ago, during the Great War, when Princess Sally was but an infant, King Acorn sent his wife Queen Alicia to the floating island in order to ensure the safety of his queen and the future of Mobotropolis. It resulted in failure. Recently, the newly returned, now healthy king assigned a squad of his elite commandos to return to the floating island and ascertain the true fate of his loved ones. It is here our tale begins. I almost skipped that. What kind of pose is Jeffrey making? I don't know. Oh, his eye. You can barely see his eyes, but he's like putting on a gauntlet of some sort. And he's doing it in style. Unfortunately. Look at them trying to make him look cool. Is Queen Alicia Sally's mom? Yeah! That's Sally's mom. Ah, wrong one again. Dang it. Okay. Here we go! Oh, there he is already. Day 1. I thought you said it was going to be clear skies, mate. This is nothing to rally about St. John. I've flown in worse. Just so long as you get us to the landing point. I'd hate to see the game called on account of weather. If it is, it won't be because of moi. Get your team ready to hit the drop point! He's so cool. Not. 3 Jeffreys in a row. Yeah. At least Antoine is present. Yeah, Antoine is here to make it a little more bearable. Antoine looks so done with this. Antoine, I am with Antoine here. I am done with Jeffrey as well. Alright, here we go. Next page. Everyone all set? Yeah! Any questions? Commander, I save them for later. We're ready for your signal anytime now, mate. One last thing before you jump. You have 72 hours before the floating island is out of range. If you miss the rendezvous, it will be months until we can attempt retrieval. Acknowledged. On my mark, jump! There they go, jumping in the air. Jumping in the air. At least Heavy and Bomb are there. Oh my goodness. I checked my phone because I got like a notification, and this is the third excessive heat warning that I've gotten for my area. Guys, please be careful out there. Please be careful out there. It is extremely hot. It is extremely hot. Drink water. Stay indoors if you can. Wear sunscreen. It is excessively hot right now. I've been getting heat warnings all week. Antoine, my dear sweet boy, do us all a favor and see to it that Jeffrey has an accident. The sun is a deadly laser. Okay. Next page. Let's go. Knuckles in, whatever happened to Queen Alicia? This does not look good. Not at all, Bomb. Something's wrong here. Only one place on the island has snow. And this ain't it. I'm more amazed at how quick the rain turned to snow. Snow? Rain? What's the difference? What difference does it make? It's still water no matter what you call it. Yeah! And this is a 2-page spread, so I'll just keep going. Ugh. I don't like this Jeffrey. He's very scary looking. Put your bellyache in, Alia. When I want to hear clucking hens, I'll let you know. Now let's ditch the parachutes and prepare to move out. No, he's alive, dang it. He's alive and he looks terrifying. Thank you, contenders. You tried to use it, but something wouldn't cooperate. You mean the dono? You mean the donation thing? I don't know. I don't know what the problem might be, because, like, I've had other people donate in previous streams, so... So, I don't know. I don't know what the issue is. It might be something with your payment? With your payment? I don't know. I don't know how to, troubleshoot that. If you want, you could donate to my Ko-Fi or Coffee. I keep calling it Ko-Fi, which I believe it's Coffee. If you really want to like support the show, you could always donate to my Coffee if Streamlabs isn't working. Alright, next page. Fortunately, I was designed to be mobile in a wide range of environments. Clip whir. Let's get our bearings first. No telling how far we may have landed off target. Valdez? Forget it, Commander. In this weather, all I can give you is my best guess. And what would that be? I'm not sure, but I'd swear those are some of the Sandopolis ruins. If that's so, north is to our right. You heard Valdez, everyone. That means, best guess, that the royal compound should be left at 10 o'clock. With any luck, cut off sentence. Oh, my music turned off. Hang on. There we go. Jeffrey looks cute in the last panel. I'm scared. His drawing style has changed drastically. He's looking more like a Sonic character. Usually when people are drawn by Ken Penders, they look not like Sonic characters. Alright, next page. We should reach the compound before nightfall. There's a lock. Father, I came by to check in and see how you were doing. I can take over for you if you like. Much as I appreciate the offer, Father, my place is here right now. We're about to go from the frying pan into the fire once again. Oh? Heavy looks silly with a hat on, and I love it. Heavy with a hat is very, very adorable. It's true, unfortunately. These echidnas are boring. Yeah, we've on one hand we've got we've got Jeffrey. But on the other hand, we've got Knuckles' deadbeat father. So... oh, we can't win today, can we? Alright, next page. Fan art! There's, Knuckles and the Chaotix and Sonic and Tails. There's Julie Sue. There's... everybody, pretty much. Yeah, nice. Okay, now we're moving on. Knuckles and Knuckles and Knuckles and Knuckles and Knuckles. The uniforms appear to be new, but I would venture to say they're members of King Acorn's Royal Guard. Are you certain? I'm checking the databases now for confirmation. Lo and behold, we have a match. Commander Ian St. John of His Royal Majesty's Elite Guard. Not quite. Look at the readout. This commander is in exceptional health for a corpse. Or else that's his son. Either way, their presence is a major cause for concern. If the Overlanders get wind of this, they may believe we've gone back to our word. We've gone back on our word. Perhaps it would be better if they did. Our Fire Ant brethren may have hit it on the head when they said we were too parochial? Meaning, restricted to a narrow scope. Dictionaries are us. Penders, why don't you just use a word that a child would know? Me, I'm the child, and I don't know that word. I'm gonna go to the next page. I'm just gonna go to the next page. Parakirol. Parakirol. Parakirol? I'm very serious, Father. I've been watching Knuckles for years, and he doesn't concern himself solely with Echidna affairs. He's probably been the first guardian that's truly looked out for everyone's well-being on the floating island. Beep, beep, beep. Huh? A transponder emergency beacon. Screen 2 on. It appears to be an emergency landing, a government hovercraft no less. What in blazes were they doing flying in this weather? I'm sure Constable Remington will have a few choice words to say once his men reach the craft. What? Great Aurora! Laura! That's Knuckles' mom! That's Knuckles' mom! What's she doing flying a hovercraft? It's not Julie Sue, it's Laura Lee. I know that can be a little confusing because everybody kind of looks the same, but it's it's Knuckles' mom, Laura Lee. Alright, next page. Next page. On second thought, I may have a few choice words for her myself. Excuse me, Father. Now we're going into the fire. Go to a secure channel. And then get me a direct line to the constable. I'm not used to this cold. My mom's apartment is nearby. We can hang out there for a while. Are you sure? Not really, but I'm too cold to think of anything better. Hold it! Laura looks younger. Probably because Ken Penders doesn't know how to draw. I mean, that's a little harsh to say, but sometimes his drawings are a little not good. My spy cameras caught Laura Lee doing something I don't approve of. Time to go yell at my ex-wife. That's our luck. Wah, 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 wah. Is that actual Knuckles the Echidna in a Knuckles comic? Nuh-uh. Yeah, can you believe it? Knuckles is in a Knuckles comic? Ken Penders can be inconsistent. Yeah, that's a better way to put it. That's a better way to put it. Is that his drawings are inconsistent. Oh, dude. Am I just ragging on Ken Penders for no reason? Is this drawn by a different person? Oops! You know what? I don't care. Okay, next page. My baby. Call for an ambulance, Julie Sue. Gotcha. What baby? My baby. There's no baby here. Please, ma'am. Where's the baby? Baby. Home. Where's home? My goodness, it's the storm in the century. People are freezing to death. I'm going to the next page. I'm a little interested in this side plot that we're having here. Bam! Anybody home? No answer. No sound either. Could she have left the kid home alone? If she did, why? Crib, this must be the baby's room. What a detective I am. No sign of movement. Could be a good sign or a bad one. Couldn't it? The baby has a Rugrats blanket. Do you see that? It's Reptar and Tommy on the blanket. Look at that. We've got another Rugrats reference. I think Ken Penders really likes Rugrats. I think Ken Penders really likes Rugrats because this is like the second or third reference to Rugrats in the Knuckles comics. How did Viacom not sue them? But, you know, Viacom wasn't as strict back in the day, I think. And there was a big change when YouTube came around. Scarily hot here, scarily cold in the comic. I know, it's such a strange thing going on. Alright, next page. The baby's moving. Definitely a good sign. Yeah, that's definitely a Rugrats blanket, because there's Chucky. Except he has like a Mobian nose. It gave him Mobian noses. Phew, what's that smell? That's definitely not so good. Somebody help! Ding dong. Wonder who that could be. Just a moment. Constable Remington, what brings you here in this dreadful weather? Citizen Windmaker, we have an emergency concerning the Lady Lara Lee. Something's wrong with Lara? The hovercraft she was piloting was down by the storm. I thought you might wish to accompany the rescue mission. Most certainly, just give me a moment. I have a vehicle waiting to go as soon as you're ready. So that, Windmaker is Lara Lee's new husband that isn't Locke. This is my new OC, Chucky the Echidna Donut Steal. They left the Knuckles plot on the Knuckles comic. Is that Woody? Oh, you mean like up here? That toy right there on the bed near Knuckles' fist? It could be a Woody reference. It could be a reference to Toy Story. Could be. Could be. New husband. Yeah. So Lara Lee got divorced from Locke, and now she is marrying Windmaker. Or she wants to, at least. Alright, next page. Oh, back to these chuckleheads. Remington, what's the latest? This snowfall is really beginning to grate on my nerves. It's the coldest that's... It's the cold that's getting to me. How much further, Commander? Hang in there, troops. Just remember. When the going gets tough, the tough keep trudging on through the snow. Doesn't this funky weather kind of make you think something bigger's going on? Rotor told me recently through all of robotics pollution would be a problem in the long run. Why get worked up over the weather? Our only concern should be the mission. Speaking of which, there's something up ahead. Heavy! This comic sure is somewhat topical. About extreme weather conditions after pollution. Because that is true. That has been happening a lot lately. Especially during the wintertime. And up north. Is it nuclear winter? I mean, it could be nuclear winter. But it could just be extreme winter. It could just be an extreme winter due to pollution. And, you know, extreme weather causes stuff like this. Or pollution can cause extreme weather like this. Alright, next page. I want you and Boom to come with me to scope it out. There goes the ship. And the ship is landing. Lara? Oh, she's freezing to death now. The fact Jeffrey said let's ignore global warming. Oh, what else can you do at this point, I guess? Remember when Robotnik controlled the weather to make it very cool in the gag era? Ah, good times. Good times. Remember this comic? Remember when this comic was a comedy comic? Remember that? Before all this Knuckles stuff, before Jeffrey, before all this stuff with Ixis Nagus, it was just Sonic running around being funny. Alright, next page. Laura, can you hear me? Are you alright? What? Who? I may not be your favorite echidna, Laura, but I find it hard to comprehend you'd forget your husband. Oh, my Locke! You mean X, don't you? Here I am, all concerned about you, and you're immediately on the defensive. Can you blame me? I wouldn't be in this mess if it weren't for you. Just once. Again! Again! I miss Robotnik so much. I also kind of miss Robotnik. He made things interesting. I don't really care about Ixis Nagus. I don't really care about Ixis Nagus. I don't really care about Mammoth Mogul. I don't even really care about the Dark Legion. I just want Robotnik back. Unfortunately, that's how I feel. Alright, next page. I like to have a conversation instead of starting with an argument. Julie Sue, about time someone got here. Constable Remington's people came as quick as they could. How's the baby? The baby's doing fine. It's me I'm not so sure of. I'll take her now, Guardian, if you'll follow Officer Flint. He'll escort you to the constable. They said you wanted to see me. Get in, the both of you. Hello, my dear Knuckles. Hello, my dear Knuckles. Hi, sir. Is everyone set back there? I miss Eggman Tails. I miss him a lot. Finally, the interesting plot is here. Alright, next page. Take us to the hoverport, driver. Our shuttle is waiting. What's the rush, Constable? What could possibly be worth risking our necks flying under these conditions? I'd say your mother is worth it, wouldn't you? Mom? What happened? Where is she? That's what we're going to find out. Are you saying nobody knows nothing? Don't you mean nobody knows anything? She was authorized the use of an agency shuttlecraft and departed before things took a nasty turn. What I'm asking is, do you know where she was off to? Well, look at the chin on this Knuckles. The one with the hat that says EST. Look at his chin. That's a chin. That's certainly a chin. The characters all look the same, and it's so easy to not make them all look like Knuckles. Just tweak their hair length or height. It's not hard, Pender's lord. Tell him, B! Tell him! You tell him! It's so easy to make an echidna not look like Knuckles. I mean, literally, look at Tikal. Look at Tikal. She's an ancestor of Knuckles, but she looks different. She looks different enough from Knuckles. Different kind of eyes. A different, like, even her quills are kind of differently shaped. I mean, like, even with Julie Sue, like, they could have made her quills even longer if they really wanted to. And, you know, they gave her the hair. They gave her the hair, which is, like, fine. But, you know, they could have done a little more with Julie Sue. Penders, y'all hear something? Tikal is also orange, don't forget that. Yeah, right, she's orange too. It's just like... the genius of modern Amy's design over classic Amy's design. Yeah! Look at what they did with Amy! Alright, next page. Don't look at me, Knuckles. I'm as much in the dark as you. Constable? She took off for the Forbidden Zone. The Forbidden Zone? Why? What could possibly be so important there for my mother to go off on her own? Constable Remington? She went to meet with your father, Guardian. Finally! Finally, Knuckles knows that his father is alive! Holy moly, it took so long! Oh my goodness. It took so long for them to do that! Hallelujah. It's been so long. Okay, here we go. Here we go. My father? Would you like to take a break, Locke? I swear you practically live there. Locke's not here right now. He's not? I guess he realized he needed a break. Not at all. He left the complex. He did? Whatever for? Emergency distress call. From she who had been Locke's wife, Laura Lee. They're inside that downed shuttle. Curse the fates. If my secret is discovered. Alright, because Laura Lee knows the secret. Laura Lee knows that, that guy is a fake. Laura Lee knows that this guy with the visor is a fake. He's not who he's supposed to be. Oh yeah, cut off sentence. Yeah, yeah. I straight up was distracted by the fact that this is important. She does? Yeah, cause she met the real one. She met the real what's his face? I can't remember his name right now. Todor? I think his name is. I forgot that this plot never got resolved. Yeah! Yeah! It's a fake? Yeah, he's a fake. He's not real. He's a member of the Dark Legion. Disguised as one of the Guardians. Next page. I may be forced to take drastic action sooner than I had anticipated. It may be half buried under the snow, but there it is, the royal compound. How do you know? I accompanied my father here once years ago, when I was a mere lad. One tends to remember the happier times, especially since they've been few and far between lately. Nice to know the neighborhood hasn't gone to see that they have to lock their windows. No sign of anyone. Oops, spoke too soon. Oh my! Crash. Breaking and Entering, another crime by Jeffrey St. John. Tobor. Yeah, Tobor. That was his name. Jeffrey just breaking into someone's house. Exactly. Couldn't even knock on the door. Couldn't even knock on the door. How rude. How very rude. Next page. Mrs. Somersby, what a pleasant surprise. Do I know you, young man? Is something wrong, mother? Hurrah! See here, what's all the ruckus going on? The Colonel! Do we know you, young man? I already asked him that, father. I believe you knew my father better. Surely you remember Commander Ian St. John. I'm his son, Geoffrey. Why, yes. Yes, the family resemblance is unmistakable. What brings you here, my boy? You could have caught your death of cold. His Majesty King Acorn sent us here to ascertain what happened to Queen Alicia. Since she was sent to the floating island, the compound seemed the logical place to start looking. What a responsible freedom fighter casually breaking into someone's house on a floating island. Wait, mother, father, what's their relationship here? I don't know. Maybe it's just one of those weird things where they call each other mother and father. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the relationship is here. Alright, next page. Gasp! Did someone mention my mother? Who? To be continued! Gasp! Something interesting is happening! Oh my goodness! What's a random bulldog family doing on the floating island? They could have been part of the royal court. Does Sally have a long-lost sibling? One of the best characters. Ooh. Ooh. I gotta read next now. I gotta read more. Pro art. Pro art by former Ren and Stimpy artist Mike Cazalet. Color in and enjoy. I see. Very interesting. There's, anybody want to order some comics? Fistful of letters. Fistful of letters. Checklist. Okay. Next one. We gotta go to Knuckles number 20. We gotta read Knuckles number 20. I'm so interested now. Knuckles number 20. There we go. There's Locke and there's his father and they're looking at Knuckles. I don't know why they're looking at Knuckles' specific area. What's with this page? What's with this illustration? I feel a little uneasy looking at this. Let's hope this Knuckles comic will be good. Gotta read it fast, otherwise you'll be going beyond 2 hours. Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind going past my allotted time. I'm home alone right now, so I don't mind going past my allotted time. Alright, let's get past this. Alright, here we go. First of all, gotta get this out of the way. And then we read this part. An uncommon force of nature has unleashed a snowstorm across the face of the floating island, wreaking havoc for all who dwell upon it. The fury that nature has created, however, pales in significance to the events about to play out, with the participants on a collision course with destiny. Somewhere in the snow-covered Sandopolis zone, we find a downed shuttle containing 2 of the key players. Oh, do we have to do Locke and Laura Lee's story first? We gotta do Locke and Laura Lee's story first before we get to the actually interesting part. Oh boy. Oh, it's a flashback. Oh goody. Here we go. The past. What do you think you're doing, Laura? What does it look like? Looks pretty serious. Care to discuss it? I've tried talking to you, Locke, but you didn't listen. What about Knuckles? He's going with me. You think I'd let him stay with you? What kind of childhood is that for him? I don't want you to leave, Laura, but I can't force you to stay. As for the boy... Oh boy, lore. Yeah, it's the lore of Laura Lee and Locke's failed relationship. That's a lot of L's. Alright, next page. You knew his obligations before we even united. Whether you like it or not, he stays. The present. You're always having to have your own way, Locke. You haven't changed a bit. You're so wrong, Laura. In fact, I wonder if you ever really knew me. No, don't kiss him! You guys aren't even dating! No! Don't kiss him! No! Bad! You're dating another person! No way this man just kissed his ex-wife knowing she's getting remarried. I know! Common Lock L. No, Pender. Bad. Bad, bad, bad. Bad, bad, bad. Next page. Oh, a 2-page spread. Here we go. Do the more interesting plot. Yay! As Locke and Laura Lee discover they have a lot to talk about. Really? Inside one of the dwellings that comprise part of the royal compound used by the Royal House of Acorn, Commander Jeffrey St. John and his elite squad have been met by the estate's caretakers, Mrs. Somersby and her husband, a gruff bulldog known as the Colonel. And then, since this is a 2-page spread, I'm gonna skip to the next page. Whoa. Who is this lad? It is the arrival of another individual into the room that now draws everyone's attention. Who are you? My name is Elias. I take it everything's alright, Nana? Once upon a time in Mobotropolis. Someone said this is like the best character? I have, okay, you're setting my standards pretty high for this character. Shouldn't you be doing the Jeffrey singers since this is his first appearance in the issue? I mean, I guess I could. I was expecting Jeffrey. Usually I do a oh no, it's Jeffrey when I'm not expecting Jeffrey. Pay attention to this guy, folks. He's gonna be important in stories not by panders. Alright, next page. Oh, yes, dear. I was just shaken a bit by the commander's unexpected arrival. Anyone ever tell you, you're the spitting image of King Acorn? You know my father? He's alive? Father? His Royal Highness never said a word about any son. We're here to learn what became of the Queen and report back one way or another. You've a lot of convincing to do for me to buy your story, mate. I've seen too much to accept anything with faith alone. The lad is the true heir to the House of Acorn, Commander. Of that you can be certain. Begging your pardon, Colonel? But I need more than your word or his. I need absolute proof, even factoring in all the hardships King Acorn has endured over the years. Elias is kinda... He's kinda... Hey, hey, hey. Why is the Acorn family so good looking? Oh, wait, was that a cutoff sentence? I didn't even pay attention. I didn't even realize that was a cutoff sentence. It just looked like the sentence ended. Don't cheat on Amy. I mean, he's a comic book character in a different dimension. So no chance of that. Besides, I mean, I don't think, well, Alright, next page. I can't accept the premise of a father forgetting he has a son somewhere. I don't believe my father would either. You are more likely his instrument, sent here to divine fact from fiction, no matter what the outcome. Which leaves you in a tough corner, kid. Maybe not, Commander, since the weather is not hospitable for travel this night. Let's all get a good night's rest, and come the morning, I'll take you to Haven. And then there's a zoom out shot of the house. I guess it's a house. Amy watching this. I'm going to the next page. I'm just gonna go to the next page. Day 2. It took one whole comic to go through a full day. Well, we're almost at the site where we last triangulated the distress signal. When we arrive, Guardian, you'll wait here until my men and I have secured the area. I have a better idea, Constable. You and your troops can stay on board and twiddle your thumbs for all I care, while I go aboard that craft and see if my mother is alive and well. Please, Guardian, be reasonable. You could be walking into a trap. Listen to him, Knuckles. At the very least. Again. It happened again. It happened again. A trap from what? Robotnik is dead. I mean, they probably. They're probably like, what if this is the Tark Legion's doing or something like that? Maybe something like that. I don't know. Next page. You might not like what you find. The craft lands, Knuckles walks over. No sign of any footsteps leading out. Yeah, like I would find any in this weather. Mom! Mom, are you here? It's me, Knuckles! Nobody here, but that's impossible. Where on the floating island could Mom have gone? I hope you don't mind me just going to the next page. I'm very, intrigued. It's me, Knuckles. He said the thing. You can call me Knuckles. Unlike Sonic, I don't chuckle. Where? You still can't bring yourself to cut me any slack, can you, Laura? Especially not you, Locke. Not after the way you left. The way I left? I'm taking the boy back to the floating island. It's time I begin his training. Whatever for? Everything Knuckles knows and loves is here! From what I recall of our history, the floating island is nothing more than a desolate wasteland. Not any longer. My forefathers have worked long and hard to reclaim the land. And now... Knock knock. Knock knock, it's Knuckles. His mom got sick of all the lore and Jeffrey and written herself off. Alright, next page. I need to immerse Knuckles into his new duties of preserving that which has been restored, for I have been called to Haven. Haven? I don't understand. There are outside forces poised to conquer and destroy Laura, and I'm needed to help secure the safety of my kidneys everywhere. I can't do my part until I've made certain our son can do this. What or where is this Haven? Why didn't you tell me any of this before? We're just about at the edge of the Forbidden Zone. I should be locking onto the guiding beacon in the next few seconds. Something's wrong. I'm not receiving anything. Are you certain? Maybe the weather is creating the interference. If that's so... It happened again! It happened again! Wait, so they're not on the floating island? Echidnopolis used to not be on the floating island. But now it is. I think. I'm pretty sure. I am so confused. Is Echidnopolis on Angel Island or not? Is Prince Elias on an island as well or not? I'm confused. Prince Elias is definitely on the floating island. Because he's in Sandopolis right now. Echidnopolis itself used to not be on the floating island, but then there was like some dimensional stuff. And then it became part of the floating island. I believe that's what happened. Alright, next page. It's like no storm I've ever experienced. Like, that's a neat piece of jewelry you have there. Lights up and everything. Who? What? Oh, Commander, you startled me. Guilty conscious, or the nervous type? What's that you're holding? This? This is a homing rod. Father gave it to Mother before he sent her away, just in case. Just in case of what? In case something happened, Mother would be able to call for help. Mind if I have a look? You don't trust me, Commander, do you? I'd probably be lying if I said I did. However... Again. Why would the acorns put their vacation home in Sandopolis? I'm not sure. Maybe it was the only place available at the time. Jeffrey cut off. Yep. They're being coy about whether or not this is the real Elias, but I believe it's just him. I mean, he does have the Joestar birthmark. You mean the hair? The acorn hair? He does have fabulous hair like the rest of the acorns. Alright, next page. I've seen enough royal objects to know this is the real deal. Where'd you get it? An echidna named Saber gave it to me. as to where he got it from. Your guess is as good as mine. Say, that smells like Miss Somersby Arcelian tea. I bet the Colonel is up as well. And I'd wager he'd have an educated guess or two. I told you I thought I heard voices, Father. Come on in, boys, and pull up a seat. Now, that's what I call hospitality. A place to relax while enjoying some excellent home cooking. What's that you have there, Commander? This piece of metal, Colonel? You tell me. By the stars! That's a coloring error, you guys. That's supposed to be Jeffrey's hand, but it's colored brown. Not quite a blue-armed Sonic, but you get the picture. Also, I'm not counting that as a cutoff sentence, because he's making an exclamation. He's making an exclamation. So, usually exclamations like that are cut off on purpose. So, I think that's a glove. But Jeffrey isn't wearing gloves in this shot. In any shot. Look, he's not wearing gloves at all. It's a coloring error. New stinger. No, we're not gonna do that. Alright, next page. Next page. You know, don't you, Colonel? King Acorn's memory may be a bit spotty these days, but you were among the Queen's guardsmen on the lost mission. Yes, I thought I could finally bury the past until you came. At first I thought you were a ghost, until I remembered seeing your father saying goodbye to you as we readied the escape craft for Queen Alicia. I was your father's right-hand man back then, so it was only natural he turned to me with a special matter needing tending to. Colonel, we need a pod prepared to transport Princess Elias with us. To transport Princess... Colonel, we need a pod prepared to transport Prince Elias with us. What about the princess, Commander? She's with Rosie at Knothole. Even though the existence of the prince and princess is classified wartime state secret, this craft is already a big enough target with the queen and prince aboard. Should anything happen, I don't want the fall of the House of Acorn laid at my tombstone. Despite the desperate situation, we managed to be airborne less than 30 minutes after the King Acorn gave the order. Hold on tight, everyone. Next stop. Cut-off sentence! Rosie as an Amy. No, Rosie as in, nurse, or Aunt Rosie. Aunt Rosie is different from Amy. Jeffrey's dad has a Mr. T haircut. He does kind of have that, like, buzz cut thing going on. Next page. The floating island. It'll be more comfortable once we reach the royal compound, Queen Alicia. I'm fine, Commander. Really, I am. Comfort is the last thing on my mind. We've just about made it to our destination without incident when... ETA 7 minutes to touchdown. What the? We're hit! Secure the Queen and the Prince. Elias! I must get to Elias! We're taking care of him, Your Majesty. Your safety is a primary concern as well. After securing the young prince, I scrambled to the cockpit. What's going on, Commander? Avalanda attack! They were using the island as cover! But how? Rosie is the one who saved the freedom fighters when they were kids, right? Yeah! Yeah! Every time we read Archie comments, I'm just like, no Sonic? Yeah, Knuckles, the Knuckles comics are very non-Sonic. That's not a cutoff. It's not. It's not. There's a point of end right there. There's a punctuation. Yes. Next page. Before any more could be said, the attackers laid a direct hit to the ship's engines, causing us to land somewhere in the dense forest on the island. Crash! When I came to, I found wreckage scattered everywhere as far as the eye could see. Commander! Queen Alicia! Can anyone hear me? I never found even a trace of anyone after that. It wasn't until years later I discovered Elias wandering outside the compound. Naturally, I was suspicious. How do I know you're who you claim you are? Other than my family, only the Queen's guardsmen would recognize the mark I bear. That was the clincher, eh? Beyond question, I knew then it was Elias. I just didn't know how. What about you? Who's Sonic? Oh, you mean that nobody? I'm gonna go I'm gonna go to the next page because I'm very interested in this this side quest we have going on. Alright, here we go. If you're really the prince, how did you survive all those years before? I gave my word I would never reveal their secret. However, if you and your people accompany me, I will take you to where they left me and let them decide what they wish to tell you. They call themselves the Brotherhood! Gasp! We have liftoff. Our course is laid into the coordinates provided by the Guardian. Very good. I don't get it. I just don't get it. How could my mother disappear in the middle of a snowstorm? This is the floating island. Lots of strange things happen here. Very funny. Have you a better answer? Now we're back to Knuckles in the Knuckles comic, which is fine. Knuckles in the Knuckles comic? How incredibly insane. And how incredibly insane of a notion. Isn't he actually interested in a Jeffrey side story? What world is this? I'm not interested because of Jeffrey. I'm interested because of Elias and his story. His story is very interesting. I don't care about Jeffrey. Jeffrey is just, like, an unfortunate side effect. Alright, next page. Not offhand, no. But I'm betting you do. Me? Whatever gave you that idea? I don't know, maybe it's the feeling you're withholding something every time I talk to you? Like knowing my mother took off for the Forbidden Zone, for instance? Small things like that, Kraku! Hey! Oh, they got struck by lightning! They got struck by lightning in the middle of an argument! Knuckles in a comic? How can that be? Knuckles in Knuckles the comic? Knuckles being smart. Love to see it. He knows. He knows something is wrong. Alright, next page. Meanwhile, this weather is getting wilder by the minute. We're going from a snow blizzard to a torrential rainfall. What's next? I see you still haven't studied the tomes. Years ago, as a child, my parents made me. Father still gets on my case about it every now and then. Why? Scripture has it that a cleansing process occurs in nature every so often. The tomes refer to it as a day of fury. And you believe whatever's happening is prophecy come true? Yes, I do. Your lack of faith is one of many reasons I came out here looking for you. I can hardly wait to hear the rest. Hold on. I'm picking up a signal on the scanner. Most unusual. We better check this out. Lock! Finally, Knuckles is back in the comic. Well, not on this page. That's his father and mother. Don't tell him about Solaris. Well, that isn't until much later. Alright, next page. I did not come all this way to go adventuring with you. Then why did you come? I came to discuss our son and the lousy job you did as a parent. While my first inclination is to disagree vehemently with you, I'm afraid it'll have to wait a little longer. Whatever for? Look ahead. I would say we have an emergency on our hands. Hang on, everyone! I think the cavalry has arrived! I told you they would not forsake us, Commander, even as our journey grew more treacherous. As long as I held this rod, I knew we had nothing to fear. Pardon me if I continued playing the skeptic. It happened again. Rift dictionaries are us. The fact we're still not in the 2000s is completely baffling, IMO. Yeah, we've gone so far. We've been doing Archie Sonic Saturday for over a year, and we're still not out of the 90s. But soon we will be out of the 90s. It's only a matter of time. Alright, next page. But we're not out of the soup. But we're not out of the soup yet. Ugh, my head. Julie Sue? She's out cold, the same as everyone else. Might as well go outside and see how bad the damage is. Yuck, the rain is making a mess out of the snow. Wait a minute. I know where we are! I had to do another one. But I mean, it isn't quite a cutoff. It isn't quite a cutoff because there's a punctuation, but still. The weather's getting crazy, but Elias has the power of God and anime on his side. Follow me, set me free, trust me and we will escape from the 90s. Alright, next page. This is where my father left me when he went who knows where. He just kept walking on and on until... Oh boy! I see. So the ship Knuckles and friends were on got hit by lightning and conveniently crashed right next to the place where Locke walked into that wall of fire and convinced his son he was dead. How convenient! How incredibly convenient! Next page. Oh! Where am I? You won't want to miss next issue's astonishing conclusion. Hey, it's only 30 days, give or take. Dun dun dun! Well, for us it'll be 7 days. Cause this is the end of today's stream. Oh wait, some fan art! Look, it's Sonic! Hey everybody, it's Sonic! Yay! We've got the Chaotix too, we've got Lara Lee and Locke. We got Julie Sue. Look guys, Sonic in a Knuckles comic! Oh, another coloring page, this time featuring Julie Sue. Pro art by Frank Strom and Jim Amash. Color and enjoy. It's Julie Sue! Fistful of letters. Fistful of letters. There's the next Sonic. We read that Sonic, actually. And then the next Knuckles. Oh, and then a promo for the Sonic and Image crossover. And then the checklist. And then it's the end. Now we're done. Now we're done. She has a gun. Yeah, Julie Sue did have a gun in that picture. Alright, that's the end. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope to see you next Saturday for the next installment of Archie Sonic Saturdays. And... yeah! I'm bad at outros, you guys. I'm sure you know this already. Alright, next issue, or next week we'll be reading Knuckles number 21. I'll show you what that looks like. That's Knuckles number 21. We'll be reading that next week. And yeah. Alright, goodbye everybody. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Bye.